Good morning. This is the time and place for the Planning Hearing Officer hearing for September 6, 2017. My name is Roger Kiesel, and I will be conducting the hearing as Planning Hearing Officer. We have one case before you this morning, and relevant exhibits are posted on the panel located directly behind me. We have one conditional use permit case this morning. Under the provisions of Title 30, Chapter 30.42 of the Glendale Municipal Code, a conditional use permit is granted shall be granted if four required findings are present. They include the first finding that the proposed use will be consistent with the elements and objectives of the general plan. The second is that the use and its associated structures and facilities will not be detrimental to the public health or safety, the general welfare, or the environment. The third, that the use and facilities will not adversely affect or conflict with adjacent uses or impede the normal development of surrounding properties. And then finally, that adequate public and private facilities are or will be provided for the proposed use. Findings. If the evidence presented in the application and at the hearing meets the criteria just described, then the Planning Hearing Officer can either approve or impose conditions for approval on the case in question. If the findings of fact are not evident, then the request will be denied. Public notice. Notification of this hearing was accomplished by the use of public notices which were mailed to property owners within 500 feet of the subject property, physically posted on the site in question, placed in the local newspaper, and posted on the city's website. The hearing will proceed as follows. I'll read a description of the application or request. Then I'll read the reports received from other city departments and other letters or communications from interested parties. The case planner will make a brief presentation regarding the case, give analysis, and make a recommendation. The applicant will then be asked to come forward stating both name and address, and will be asked to present the case within a 15-minute time period. Others in support or in opposition to the application and interested parties will be asked to come forward to speak, again clearly both stating name and address within a 3-minute period. Finally, the applicant will be given the opportunity to make closing comments, if desired, in response to testimony given by preceding speakers. The hearing will be closed and taken under submission. Decision. After the hearing, the decision will be prepared in writing and will be in the form of a letter sent to the applicants and to all persons who responded to the public notice, either by speaking at the hearing or by submitting written responses and have provided their name and mailing address. The date of the decision will be the date appearing on the letter. Appeals. Under the appeal provisions of Title 30, Chapter 30.62 of the Glendale Municipal Code, the decision may be appealed to the Planning Commission within 15 days of the decision date, and the notice of appeal shall be filed with the Building and Safety Division located at the Municipal Services Building. This building, room 101. Speakers, if you wish to speak, write your name and address on one of the speakers' forms, which have been provided at the front door, and submit it to our planning staff. I would like to inform everyone that the official proceedings of the Planning Hearing Officer's hearing are recorded on tape as part of public record. All right, so let's start the actual meeting. As I mentioned before, we have one case before the Planning Hearing Officer on the agenda today. That case is located at 1117 South Glendale Avenue, Suite A. It's a conditional use permit, PCUP 1704395, and it's a request to allow a massage establishment. And the description is an application for a conditional use permit to continue the operation of a massage establishment called Oak Massage, located at 1117 South Glendale Avenue, Suite A, in the C3 Commercial Services Zone and the R2250P Medium Density Residential Parking Overlay Zone. Let me go over department comments. Okay, from the police department. Their comments included, I guess there were 3 calls for service in the last year at the address. They cite a 415 number in their report. Dennis, can you clarify with me what the 415 stands for?
It was just a general. Excuse me. It's just a general disturbance by females. It's more of a public nuisance.
Okay, thank you. The suggested conditions of the police department, and they're under the comments: obey all health and safety code regulations, obey all Glendale municipal codes relating to the operation and maintenance of the massage establishment, allow law enforcement, fire department, neighborhood services, health inspectors access to the facility for inspections. All employees who perform massage must be CAMTC certified. That's the certification for masseuses. And then the final suggested condition was paraphernalia used for sexual activity shall not be stored at the location. Okay, so that was PD's comments. City attorney. Basically similar. Applicant shall fully comply with and shall not violate the provisions of Chapter 5.64 of the Glendale Municipal Code. That section of the code deals with massage establishments. And then also Chapter 10.5 of Division 2 of the of the California Business and Professions Code. That's the Massage Therapy Act. City Attorney also suggests a condition to allow full access to the premises similar to the PD, and failure to abide by or fully comply with any and all conditions attached to or made a part of this CUP, this conditional use permit, constitutes grounds for revocation. Glendale Water and Power had standard comments on backflow prevention devices and reduced pressure principal backflow prevention assemblies. Building safety had no comments. Community services and parks had no comments. All right, so let's go to, why don't I hear from the case planner, Dennis Joe. Can you make a brief presentation?
Thank you, Mr. Kiesel. Thank you, Mr. Kiesel. Just to go, once again, this is the application for conditional use permit to continue massage use. This application is exempt from CEQA Class 1 because the use building will not expand in floor area, or the operational use will not expand as well. As you mentioned before, this is a dual zone lot, which is C3 zone, which is commercial services, and also a R2250P, which is a parking overlay, which is medium density residential parking overlay zone. Just to go over the lot and the site, it's approximately 42,000 square feet, located at the northwest corner of South Glendale Avenue in East Palmer. On the building, on the site, it's developed with two buildings, which is at the southwest corner is a approximately 49,000 square foot building, which is the current Shakey's Pizza Parlor. And also at the north portion of the lot is approximately 6,000 square foot multi-tenant commercial building, which is one story in its profile. The tenant space is on the northern portion of the lot of that multi-tenant commercial building, addressed as 1117 East Glendale Avenue. The site is improved with 84 parking spaces, which has two separate accesses by two separate driveways, one from South Glendale Avenue and the other one from East Palmer Avenue. And also the multi-tenant commercial building includes a retail establishment, a counter service restaurant, a dental office, and the subject massage establishment. Just to go over a brief overview of massage uses and Oak Massage, which is the proposed applicant, kind of give you a background of what's about massage uses and this applicant, once again, is in 2009, a Senate bill prohibited against local governments for regulating massage uses. And in 2011, the city adopted an ordinance to reflect these changes by the Senate bill. In 2011, Oak Massage registered a zoning use certificate to operate. So it was legally non-conforming at the time. It was legally by a zoning use certificate to operate as a massage use at this location. In 2015, a subsequent Senate bill was passed restoring local government's ability to regulate massage uses. So after 2015, a conditional use permit was required for massage uses. So the subject use is one of these legal non-conforming massage uses that is operating without a conditional use permit, and they are currently proposing to continue its use with a conditional use permit. As you mentioned before from the comments from other departments, no major concerns were provided by police, neighborhood services, or city attorney's office. However, their recommended conditions were integrated with staff's recommended conditions of approval. Just going over the required findings of staff's analysis, the general plan consistency for the proposed use is consistent with the community services land use designation, as personal service is generally offer a complementary element around the commercial uses on Glendale Avenue. Glendale Avenue is a major arterial street within the circulation element, which is designed to handle heavy traffic within the city and to the highways that bisect the city, and is suitable for this type of use. No other general plan elements such as open space, recreation, or housing element will be impacted because this is a massage establishment use and it will not impact those other areas. It is not anticipated to be detrimental to the public health, safety, or general welfare or the environment. The lot is surrounded by a variety of commercial uses such as retail, offices, personal services, and restaurants. And to the west is a medium-density residential neighborhood that abuts the subject property along Palmer Avenue. The massage use will not adversely impact these uses since there are no changes to the site, the building, or there's not an expansion to the existing use. The subject tenant space is approximately 100 feet away from the abutting multifamily building and separated by the existing surface parking lot. Adequate public-private facilities are provided. The massage establishment has operated since 2011. Once again, there are 84 parking spaces. There's no added floor area to the building, and there's no increase in, therefore, there's no parking demand being created. The existing utilities, landscaping, parking spaces, and traffic circulation measures are adequate as they're already in place. And just last, there are no known churches, parks, private school, colleges, or daycare facilities, libraries, or hospitals within the immediate proximity of the proposed use. However, there is Theodore Roosevelt Middle School, which is about a quarter-mile north of the subject site. Neither the Glendale Police Department or Neighborhood Services Division cited major concerns related to this proposed use. Overall, staff believes the findings can be made in a positive manner and therefore recommends approval of this entitlement with the suggested draft findings and conditions of approval. This concludes staff's presentation.
Great, thank you. Let's move on to the applicant. Actually, do you all have speakers cards filled out? Okay, so why don't you start? You've got 15 minutes.
Okay.
And then if you could, after you're done, fill out a speaker card.
Good morning, gentlemen. Sorry for being a little late. My name is Emir Qasim. My address is 1159 West 3rd Street, San Pedro, California 90731. I'm the applicant for this condition of use permit. As the planner mentioned, we meet all these the four finding based in the four finding, and we look at all the condition of use permit, and we are okay with that. We were hoping if we can get a little more than 5 years, since this has been in business over 5 years already with a good track record. Actually, the only incident he mentioned that was happened in the restaurant, and by luck, it was when the police called, it was in the front of the massage place, and that's why they have to write the address over there. There was no really incident for over 5 years. This is very with a good track record. Mm-hmm. The only thing we are hoping, if we can have more than 5 years, that would be really nice.
6 years?
7 would be nice.
Okay.
I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Is that all?
That's it.
Okay. You need to fill out a speaker card. Does anybody else want to speak? You're good. Okay. All right. Then I've got a couple questions. How many massage therapists are employed at Oak Massage?
She have actually 2 establishments. She have one in Brand, and this is her second one. And yes, she have two business. In this one, she have about three employees, I think. I'm right, 3, right?
Okay.
And they all certified massage and certified massage.
So do they go? Do the therapists go back and forth between?
Actually, no. They very assigned to each one of them. But sometimes when one get a little bit more busy, they
okay.
Yeah, they have like 3 here and 3 here.
Okay.
We're assigned to each business, but
So for the most part, they stay.
Exactly.
If you have 2 locations,
exactly.
They stay in their assigned location.
Exactly, unless in one get a little busy.
Okay, all right. So, can you just explain your operation? I mean, if I wanted to get a massage, I would make an appointment, or would I?
It's usually make an appointment, but they accept walk-in walk-in, and as you're gonna see, even the floor plan they have most of the business is it's a foot massage. They have this kind of chair, and that's her bigger business. It's actually advertised and stuff like this one as more as a foot massage and stuff like this one. That's her bigger operation.
Okay, yeah, I noticed that like alcove in the front.
Right, that's
and they're just like massage chairs or foot massage chairs.
Chair and that's her bigger like.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Do you have any questions or concerns or other requests? Will you abide by the conditions?
You know, as I say, we're okay with all the conditions, definitely. Other than we're hoping for a little bit more time since it becomes really expensive every time we come. You have two businesses.
Yeah.
The application by herself, it's almost $6,000. Other than the architect, the staff, the mailing list, it's almost like $7,000-8,000 in the end of the day.
How long have you been in business?
She's been for this one with 5 years right now.
Okay, so she started in
Over 5
2012, 2000.
Something like that.
2012.
No incident, good track record, as you see, and stuff like this one. It's a very legitimate business.
Okay, all right.
Thank you very much.
I don't have any other questions, so at this point,
Thank you very much.
and no one else wants to talk. Okay. I'm going to close the public hearing. I'll take the case under submission and render a decision in the next couple weeks or so. So this concludes the meeting of the Planning Hearing Officer of September 6, 2017. Thank you.
Thank you.